Welcome back for the next session, dear students. In today's session, we'll continue with the further constraints in SQL. Today's constraint for the discussion is default. We all know the meaning of default. If no value is given for a particular column, okay, so in case if the person who is entering the data, if they miss entering certain value, we can also fix a particular value in case if any row or any column or any cell is left empty for a particular attribute. If any one of the value is not entered by mistake from the uh, which one person, then we can fill that empty space with certain value which we have to define earlier on. So for example, if I want to address the students, if I am addressing the students in the class, if I am not able to what tell the name of a particular student, I want to uh, ask a question for a particular student, but in case if I forget or if I don't know the which one student name, okay, so in what is in general I can take the name as a student. If I am not knowing the name of a student, simply I can address uh, first bench student, second bench student, like that. I can generally some by default I can take the term student there if I forget the student names to address. Are you all understanding? So like that, if it is like default, okay. So for example, you all know in the English conversation or in the grammar, you all have learnt proper noun and which one? Common noun, right? Yes. So, like for the which one? Pets. If it is a cat or dog, if you are naming it as with some name, okay. So you will be calling that pet with the name. If no name is known, or if no name is kept by default, you will be referring it as a cat, common noun, right? Like that. So default value, okay. So I hope you understood the purpose of default constraint. So in case if the in the employee table, in the employee relation, in the employee table, as we all know, there is an attribute called as salary, right? Yes. So if while entering the salary information for each of the employee, let us assume that we forgot to enter a salary value for a particular employee. Okay. So in case if for a particular employee, for a particular cell, salary value is empty. No value is given for the salary. In such case, with the help of default constraint, we can fix a particular value saying that in case any of the cell is left empty, that empty cell has to be filled with a particular value. So that particular value can be specified by us while creating a table. Okay, so let us just observe here. The default constraint is used to set a default value for a column. So for a column means like as I just now told, for a salary column. Okay, any employee salary, if I by mistake if I leave empty, okay, let it get filled with a particular value, default value. The default value will be added to all new records if no other value is specified. So in case if purposefully knowingly if you are leaving the column empty, then whatever the default value you have set, we have set during the creation of the table, that value will be taken to the all the cells of that particular column. Okay. So the following SQL sets a default value for the city column when the person's table is created. So just check out here. Let us assume that like when we are creating a person table, we have several times discussed person ID, last name, first name, age. Yes, And one more attribute you are observing here, we are taking city attribute. Okay, so just check out here. Remember students, in place of integer data type we can also use which one? We normally use which one? Number. Okay, so number you can specify the space, I mean the ID with the limitation like 3 digit, whether the ID can be till 3 digit, 4 digit, 5 digit, like that. Size, then age also, for age number within parenthesis what is a age size we can give, we can restrict to 2-digit value. Okay, so ID in of which type, number type or integer type, it should not be null. Not null is a constraint we are adding here. Then it means what? It should not be empty. It should not be empty. Then here not null doesn't give the meaning that it should be unique. The meaning is simple. The cell should not be empty. ID should be entered. That is the meaning. Okay. So last name varchar 255. So not null. It means what? Last name is compulsory. It should be filled with value. Then first name varchar 255, the data type and the size. It is not mandatory that it should be filled. So that is why not null is added here. Not added here. Then age attribute with what type of data type? Int. So in the earlier session I had told how we can add check constraint, right? So int age, what was a check constraint? Followed by check within parenthesis age greater than or equal to 18, close the parenthesis. That was a thing, right? Yes, now we are including city varchar, the size also 255. And just check out here, default is a constraint you are viewing. So default is what? Something like Sandy. Okay, so for example you can let us assume that in the current example, like the persons are all from the same city. Okay, or there is a information what you are filling, and you know that the person information are all belonging to the same one particular city. In such case, city varchar 255 default some city name we can give. For example, it is something like Mangalore. Okay, so for the city attribute, all the values in that column for all the person, Mangalore will be added or taken, considered, even though you don't what type Mangalore there. After you create a table, whichever the default value we have set here, that will be taken. Okay, so that is what the speciality of which one? Default constraint. Okay, so here if you just check, you are not mentioning not null. It is like something indirectly telling that if you are using default constraint means somewhere we are indirectly attaching that that particular column value should be having some value. Compulsorily it should be filled with a particular value. So that is a meaning. Okay, fine. Now let us just check with the unique constraint. So unique constraint we all are familiar, like it is having the equal importance. Like for primary key I will be keeping on telling that the no value should be what? Same. I mean it should not be repeated. It should be what? Different from one row to another row, the value should be different. So unique constraint ensures that all values in a particular column are different. For example, roll number should be different, employee's ID or employee SSN should be different, like that. Both the unique and primary key constraints provide a guarantee for uniqueness for a column or set of columns. So it is going to assure that mm, a particular column will not have any duplicate values. The values for that column will be what? Unique, different. A primary key constraint automatically has a unique constraint. So no need to specify unique once again. So primary key if you have attached, it is nothing but it is exhibiting the nature of uniqueness. Like the value should be different in each cell for a particular column. However, you can have many unique constraints per table, but only one primary key constraint per table. So we all know that a table or a relation can have only how many key? Primary key only one. And but there may be many other columns where the value should be unique. For example, the email ID of the person should be different. Okay, so like that, there are certain other columns in the table, or there will be certain other attributes in a relation or a table where we can attach which constraint unique, telling that the value should be different. Okay. Fine. Just check out this example. The following SQL creates a unique constraints on the ID column when the person's table is created. So create table. What is this one table name? Person. Create table is a keyword. Person is a table name. What is the ID or the attribute we are considering? ID. Another attribute is which one? Last name, first name, age. Okay. Now just check here how we are using the unique constraint. So in our earlier example with the which one the check constraint and all, we didn't included primary key for ID. So if you want ID to be at what unique, for all the person ID should be unique, the person ID should not be repeated, then we can use which one? We can add not null. It means it should not be empty, as well as it should be different. A person ID should not be left empty, as well as it should be different. Whereas if you are using primary key, if you simply give primary key, it means what? By default, you are telling the cell should not be empty. It should not be left empty, and automatically it has to exhibit the unique values. Okay. Last name varchar 255 not null, so it should not be empty. First name varchar 255, it may be empty. Age int. Okay, so here we are highlighting which one ID, where we are using which one unique. So observe students, some of the constraints can be included together. Here not null as well as unique, both are taken. It can happen. Okay, whereas for a primary key, simply primary key we give, right? Yes, so you can use not null, unique, and as well as check also. Check constraints can be included along with that if you want to what specify the range of values also. Okay, so coming back to the not null, where we have discussed several times. So by default, a column can hold null values. So not null means what? The cell should not be left empty. But what is the nature of a table? What is the nature when we create a table? When attributes are provided, that is when, like for example, person ID, first name, last name, age. So four columns are created. So if you are not, let us assume that you have simply created the table with certain attributes. For example, like this: create table, persons ID int, uh, last name varchar 255, first name varchar 255, age int. Let us assume that you are not providing any constraints. Let us forget that we didn't specify which one, not null, unique, anything. You have not added constraints only. Only attributes information if you have given. Okay, understand? Assume that you are creating a table, you are specifying what attributes you want, along with which type of data type it is, what is the size of the data type. All this you have mentioned, but you have not added any constraint for any of the attribute. So if we don't add any constraint, means by default any columns cell can be null. It can be null, it can be empty. Okay, so that is what they are telling. By default a column can hold null value. It can be null. If you are not filling with any data, no issues. The not null constraint enforces a column to not accept null values. So if you want to remove the default nature, like the null values, as each cell for any, for the attribute values, if the uh, column is allowing null also, empty also if it is allowing, and if you want to avoid or remove that type of nature, then we can remove that null value option with the help of not null constraint. Okay, so the not null is one of the constraint which enforces, which fixes a particular column, a particular column to not accept null values. So it means what? The particular column will not entertain leaving the cell empty. If you are leaving it empty, it will give you the error message. Okay, like that. So this enforces a field to always contain a value, which means that you cannot insert a new record or update a record without adding a value to this field. So the advantage here is, if you are attaching not null, it means the column should be filled with particular value. Until and unless you are filling with a value, it doesn't allow you to what insert a new record or update any record like that. Okay, so this is about the normal commonly used constraints in SQL. Now just check out one example, SQL not null on create table. So create table persons, here ID, you're telling the data type, you're fixing it as to be not null. It means compulsory table person ID has to be entered. Last name varchar 255 not null means compulsory last name has to be written. Then first name varchar 255 not null, compulsory it should be added. Okay, so here you can for age also, age int not null, then you can use check open parenthesis age greater than or equal to 18 close the parenthesis. Okay, so that kind of two constraints can be added, not null as well as check. Okay, so this is with the various constraints in SQL. Okay students, by this we have finished discussing about the types of constraints in SQL. In upcoming sessions we shall discuss more concepts in implementing the queries or what how to retrieve some data according to the user requirements with respect to what like the time, okay, date functions and all. Okay, thank you.